Hospital beds are filling up as COVID-19 cases rise, but this time, bed space is just one of several problems. News Channel 3's Emira Austin tells us why the concern is now over patient care.
Healthcare officials tell me pandemic burnout and retirements are key factors contributing to the statewide healthcare worker shortage, which they say could impact patient access to care. COVID-19 cases are once again on the rise.
As we stand today, we have just over 1,490 Michiganders who are hospitalized with COVID-19.
Brian Peters is the CEO of the Michigan Health and Hospital Association. He says hospitals across the state are facing severe staffing challenges.
Unfortunately, the pipeline is not keeping up with demand. In other words, we're seeing more people leave the field at this point in time than the pipeline can supply for those coming in.
Staffing shortages could limit patients' access to care.
Hospitals who fill to capacity or don't have adequate staff, they may have to take beds offline. They may have to divert ambulances to other institutions. That's the real concern, is lack of access.
The president of the Michigan Nursing Association says there are nurses out there.
Nursing shortage isn't a true nursing shortage. It's a shortage of nurses willing to work in the hospitals under unsafe conditions.
To feed into the pipeline of future nurses, Kellogg Community College is expanding programming, scholarships, and starting to recruit as early as elementary school.
We have students come in, we take them through tours, we take them through our simulation lab.
In the here and now, Peters says vaccine mandates may also be contributing to staffing challenges.
We're very mindful of potentially losing staff in the short term if they refuse to be vaccinated. We think that's unfortunate because we know the data is showing it very clearly. The vaccine is safe, it's effective.
The latest state data shows that the average number for new confirmed COVID-19 cases is over 2,000 per day.
Well, entire grades in Calhoun County schools are now back home and learning virtually again just a few weeks into their school year. New numbers from the state tonight show that nearly 100 new COVID-19 infections have been confirmed in West Michigan schools in recent days. News Channel 3's Trisha McCauley is joining us live in Calhoun County at a middle school facing one of the larger outbreaks right now. Trisha.
5th and 6th graders here at Harper Creek Middle School, they are now learning from home, and that's after at least 7 people tested positive for COVID-19. This school does not have a mask mandate.
It's kind of chaos and chaotic with the number of cases that we have in really several of our schools.
New state data shows there is a COVID-19 outbreak at Harper Creek Middle School with 7 positive cases among students and staff. Westlake Elementary in Battle Creek also has 6 positive cases. In Kalamazoo County, there are outbreaks at 3 schools, making up 9 positive cases. Only a few weeks into the school year and with COVID-19 cases on the rise, Calhoun County Health Officer Eric Pessel says he doesn't expect schools to have to return to full virtual learning, but is anticipating more outbreaks to come.
I think we're going to have more pauses where we have a certain grade or a certain building, whether it be a high school or middle school building or an elementary building, where we may have to pause for 10 days and go to virtual learning just for that specific group.
Right now, Calhoun County does not have a mask mandate in place for schools, but some schools, such as Westlake Elementary, have their own mask policies. Kalamazoo and Allegan counties have mask mandates in place for schools. Pessel says it's on the table for Calhoun County, but masking up is just one of many mitigation efforts. He says another possibility could be mandating COVID-19 testing.
If they're symptomatic, keep them home and get them tested because we are seeing where kids are coming to school with symptoms and then either getting sent home or get tested at a later date and we find out they're positive.
Pessel says right now his team is investigating other COVID-19 cases at other local schools, and he is anticipating additional outbreaks.
Alert this morning, some Kalamazoo Public School students will need a different ride to school this morning. The district having to cancel an all-time high of 7 bus routes today.
This is a result of an ongoing critical shortage of school bus drivers. News Channel 3's Hannah Knowles joins us live in the studio.
Hannah, this cancellation is impacting students at 14 different schools.
That's correct, Kirk and Lauren. It's the most we've seen since KPS first announced it would need to cancel bus routes to and from school. That alert came out last Tuesday, and I've been following the impact since. I want to pull up KPS's Facebook page, where cancellations are posted before every school day, sometimes on short notice. Parents finding out about today's canceled routes at 6:30 last night. Now take a look at your screens to see if your child's bus route is impacted. 7 are canceled today, with each transporting students to at least 3 schools. Woodward School for Technology and Research impacted heavily, with students on 5 different bus routes. Kalamazoo Central has 3 routes impacted. Washington and Prairie Ridge both have 2. Becky Wise, a mom of 2 in Kalamazoo, tells me her daughter is in 4th grade at King Westwood. Yesterday, due to her bus route being canceled, Wise says she had to make the tough decision to keep her daughter home from school because their family is without a vehicle.
First time we've had to keep her home from school because of the cancellation of the bus routes, and not knowing if her virtual link up is ready for them. We have no idea what to do for today. So she's now going to probably be a day behind in school because of it.
Wise says her hope is to keep both her children in person for school, but if the cancellations continue, she might have to consider other options like pivoting back to virtual. Kalamazoo Public Schools was unable to provide me with specific numbers when it comes to how many students are calling out absent due to bus route cancellations. School leaders do tell me that they've seen, quote, a large number of applicants who will begin training soon.